voice. So Jan Kees, co-founder of Synerscope, and with me is Tom. Tom has worked in our company for several years now, but he actually doesn't work in our company, he works in your companies. So he's an insurance guy, an insurance specialist. He helps people to deal with data. And as some of you may guess, well, this name Synerscope, what is it? It's an instrument for viewing data that comes together. And we don't care what data you have. We don't care in what system it lives. We don't care whether you take it from the outside, whether you feed it to us raw. We will make that data visible. And we did this first for analytics. We did it for claims. We did it for financial reporting. We're doing it for risk assessment. And now, of course, we thought, well, we've got the view already anyway. Why don't we turn GDPR into your next value proposition? Because become transparent to the customer about what you know. Engage with the customer for delight. We've got a machine that literally will help you display anything you know today about, from any system that you have running with ease. So we've worked already in the insurance companies together with people from the Big Four, and they tell us you're the fastest, you're the most flexible when it comes to data and complexity of data, and by the way, you do it completely transparent. So we can just audit it for certification purposes. We can prove and we can show what you've done with the data so that you can actually tell people that you keep them safe. So what's really important, we've built all the back-end systems, and today here, for the first time, we're actually presenting to you an application built on this, an application especially for GDPR. We're going to show it to you in a very, very crude form in the sense that we haven't branded it, but see it as an opportunity for you to brand how you engage with your customer on his data. Once you're transparent, you can ask for consent, and now comes the kicker. We then can place that individual against his peer group, of course anonymized, and we can tell him how he deviates from his peer group in the way that he relates to you as an insurance customer. That's all your nudging, all your commercial opportunities right there. So over to Tom to actually show what it looks like.
Thank you, Jan Kees. Let's wait for the screen to show my demo. So what I want to show you today is two sides of the same coin. The first side is for the customer, what Jan Kees introduced to us. So what does the customer's data look like from the customer's point of view? The second is what it looks like from your point of view, from the not the owner of the data, but the person who collects all the data. So I have a lot to show you, and it's actually pretty awesome. There's, by the way, one thing I can't show you. I'll maybe shortly show you one screen, but if you do want to know more about that, then you should have been here last year, because I showed it last year. If you weren't, then you should come to our stand, because then I'll have every opportunity to show that as well. Okay, what does my data as a customer say? I'm John Doe. We've met him many times before, and we will meet him moreover once again. What does my data look like from my point of view? Say I got this app on my phone. Actually, I have it right here on my phone, but I'm showing you the development instance right now. And I just want to start with, what is my data? What does this company know about me? Well, they have my personal details, they know where I live, obviously, they know my account number, that kind of stuff. In addition, they know what kind of coverage I have, because that's their bread and butter. It's still my data, it's my address. I have the same for my car, I have the same for claim data, and this is actually something that the customer expects to see. You are looking at your own data, and you receive it from the insurance company where you pay for these services, and you should be able to see claims and policies and coverage in one overview. For the customer themselves, for the insurance company themselves, this is hard. Typically, this lives in many different systems, in legacy systems, and they don't themselves have this overview. Now here, quickly, let me show you this thing that Jan Kees mentioned about how do I compare to my peers. For example, I can see that on car insurance, I'm doing pretty well. if I want to know more about that, it tells me you have one more accident than the average. For housing, I'm doing poorly. My coverage is not good for me. And this is the opportunity for the insurance company to start talking to this client from a commercial point of view, and not just from a GDPR liability point of view. So here I showed you how we combine all these data points together for the customer. Now next up is how do we do this for you yourself as an insurance company. Looks way different. Looks like this. This is what we call our data lake. It is the backend to every service we offer. In here, we tell a customer, just toss everything in here. All your structured data, all your unstructured data, photos, audio, tables, documents, anything. Toss it in here and we'll make sense of it. Well, how do we do that? And typically, what is the first thing that someone wants to do when starting to work with data? Say I'm in the finance department and I want to know more about my liabilities. So, top left there, I'm searching just the word liability. Because I live finance and I only think about liabilities and assets. Did I spell it wrong? I spelled it wrong. There we go. These are all the data sources where the word liability shows up. For example, here I find some unstructured documents. This, of course, is fake demo data. But we have an unstructured data source where the word liability shows up. Well, if I then look at what this is, let's change the view. Okay, that looks pretty unstructured to me. These are maybe emails, I don't know. But what we read here is any liability shall be limited according to these general conditions, etc., etc. What I learn now, I'm learning about unstructured data. What I learn is the word liability means something completely different to a financial professional than what it means to a legal professional, or maybe what it means to a insurance professional. So we make sure to combine all this stuff, including your customer data, including your open data that you might find online, structured and unstructured, and we provide you one single overview with which to work on these data. Last thing I wanted to show you is our last product. That's just a teaser. This is what it would look like to, say, an analyst or a data scientist, or maybe a call center agent on the phone. Last thing I want to show you, if you want to know more about this one, then do come to our booth. Finally, I'll return the word. No.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your attention.